วัสดีด้วยค่ะท่านผู้ชมกลับมาพบกับซูอีกเช่นเคยนะคะเนาะมื้อนี้จะมาชวนเพื่อนๆมากินก๋วยเตี๋ยวค่ะก๋วยเตี๋ยวลูกชิ้นเนาะค่ะเนาะทำเองเลยค่ะนี่ค่ะใส่พริกปรุงเรียบร้อยแล้วค่ะซูจะกินกับนี่ค่ะใบโหระพาเนาะค่ะเนาะผักอะจะมีถั่วงอกเนี่ยค่ะมากินด้วยกันด้วยค่ะเส้นก็เป็นเส้นมีด้วยค่ะมื้อนี้ทำเองกินเองค่ะยังมาในชิมเลยบรูจะอร่อยหรือเปล่าอร่อยค่ะเพื่อน
on the health service, on those pressures on the NHS, not the overall case rate, the overall infection rates in the background, is how those are really impacted about what might replace things in future and the tier system. And he talked about the fact that they were looking at whether that would be changed, because the implication of all of that is, and the government said this, that when it does come to the moment to lift the restrictions, it will not be a big bang, just a relaxation of everything. It will be going back into tiered sort of systems of restrictions around the country based on local conditions. He was saying that might be different from before, but still indicating that there will be something like that. And on the travel restrictions, interestingly too, he said that he thought it was absolutely right that they should be looking at this hotel quarantine sort of plan. Interestingly, looked on the advice given before, to say you shouldn't bring something in like that, saying actually now there was a good argument because case rates, when you have low case rates of a particular variant, keeping it out of the country gives you time to assess the importance of that or how dangerous that variant is. Well, I think there's questions all on and on whether this sort of measure, particularly when you look at the number of deaths.
Reading the tea leaves, it looks like they might be moving towards that kind of decision on quarantine hotels. When do you think we might get an announcement on that?
So it looks like that is what we're moving into, and that's certainly the signal from the Prime Minister today. I think one other thing that's worth saying was, I think, interesting there was not really COVID related. Well, it drew out of that Matt Hancock chose to use this press conference to make a different point, which was about Scottish independence, and there he brought that into the press conference. We saw the Prime Minister do the same thing today. Over the weekend, of course, we've had the Scottish Government, Nicola Sturgeon talking about the fact that opinion polls suggesting the majority in Scotland might be in favour or at least want a referendum, and saying that they would stand on the platform for that in the election. Matt Hancock using the opportunity today to say he thought the response to the pandemic showed, in his words, how the union was stronger together. He pointed out the fact that the investment in a vaccine programme, the buying of vaccines for the whole country, the rolling out of those vaccines through the NHS to back up that argument. So clearly ministers concerned, the government in Westminster concerned and wanting to try and get on the front foot in that argument and using this opportunity for that.
Damien, thank you for all of that. Has said that as countries around the world start vaccinating their populations against COVID-19, many nations are being left behind towards the least developed countries are watching and waiting. He also said until governments end the pandemic everywhere, they won't end it anywhere.
Vaccine nationalism might serve short-term political goals, but it is in every nation's own medium and long-term economy to support vaccine equity. As we speak, rich countries are rolling out vaccines while the world's least developed countries watch and wait. Every day that passes, the divide grows larger between the world's haves and have-nots.
Dr. Tedros, the head of the World Health Organization. Councils in England are being given £23 million to counter fake stories and misinformation around the coronavirus vaccine. The money will be shared between 60 councils and targeted towards groups including people with disabilities, the elderly, and those from black and minority ethnic backgrounds who are more likely to suffer the worst effects of the virus. The government said the funding will help to save lives. Gordon Brown has warned that trust in the way the UK is being run is breaking down. The former Prime Minister and long-serving Chancellor said the pandemic had exposed tensions between Whitehall, nations and regions. He added that a commission will be set up to review how the United Kingdom is governed. The prospect of schools staying closed until Easter, many parents are filled with joy. Our reporter Fiona Landon has been visiting
young sons in this tower block.
It's harder for the reason that winter right now, so we tend to stay in 24/7. It's chaos. Organized chaos in a sense, but then sometimes people can write out organization because the kids, they want things to do. You can only do so much. You can only educate so much. You can only homeschool so much. You can only homework so much. Just right out in the one bedroom, it's hard.
Since lockdown, Samuel checks in daily with many of the other families.
Sienna, have you done your work? Bye.
And living next door to Samuel, up on the 15th floor, is new Mary and his family.
They've broken the TV twice, and they've broken like 3 chairs in the table, and they broke as well a sofa and 2 beds. Our kids, they come everywhere.
His wife and 3 children haven't left their flat for 3 weeks now since the start of this new lockdown.
We share laundry, very easy. We share lift, very easy. And we got cases in this building, so that's why we keep them at home.
And underneath the tower block live the Gilans.
It's so hard because I have to look after. I help my siblings.
His younger brother Mustafa is 10. He has cerebral palsy, diabetes and severe asthma.
He said it's bad because he misses his friends at school and he can't see them at lunchtime.
Across town, we meet single mum Vicky and her family. She set up her own marketing business a year ago.
The problem is I'm having to make the choice between their education or my work. I don't work, we can't pay the rent, I can't buy a car, I can't buy food. I don't have the choice.
4 families doing all they can as they start yet another week locked down. Here in Aberdeen, BBC News.
Hello. Well, it's been a beautiful day across much of the country with sunny skies. The skies will remain clear through this evening and overnight, and that means it's going to be another cold one. Frost and ice on the way, especially where that snow has melted during the day. It's going to refreeze tonight and into tomorrow morning. So the skies remain clear across England and Wales. However, wintry weather is possible through the early hours in Scotland. Now the temperatures will dip down to around -5 or 6 degrees across rural parts of England and possibly Scotland. But out towards the west, the temperatures will actually rise through the night in advance of this milder Atlantic air. You can see the southwesterly winds. That's a weather front, and this weather front is expected to bring rain to Northern Ireland already in the morning. Could be a little bit of hill snow here too, but I think it is mostly rain across many western parts and the hills and mountains of Scotland.
สุก็ได้กินจนเบิดเด้อค่ะเพื่อนเดี๋ยวกลับมาพบกับสุใหม่ในวิดีโอหน้าเนาะค่ะเนาะสำหรับวิดีโอนี้สวัสดีค่ะ